Of those priorities, which do you feel most confident about or comfortable are likely to get done in the, let's say, the next 12 to 18 months?
Well, the number one priority is we've got to bring down the unemployment rate and we have to create jobs. And so everything that we're going to be doing is going to be around that central theme. And there are a lot of different ways that we can do it. And I think that in the coming weeks when the president gives his State of the Union and when he unveils his budget, you'll be able to see his roadmap and his vision more clearly. But what I would say is evident to us all is that there's a limit to the market here in the United States. And so we're going to have to support exports. That's a big priority. The president named Jim McNerney and a whole board to focus on exports last year, and we want to continue their work to figure out what are the levers that we can turn to open up those opportunities. The president had a very successful trip to Asia at the end of last year, and part of the challenge is to demonstrate that when a company such as a Boeing or a GE gets a contract in India, that actually creates jobs back here in the United States. And we have to educate everybody in America about what those opportunities are for them right here as a result of those export opportunities. The vast majority of the market for our U.S. companies is obviously outside of the United States. First and foremost on the horizon in terms of legislatively, I think everyone's aware that we reached an agreement with South Korea for the South Korean Free Trade Agreement. It is going to be vitally important to get that agreement approved by Congress. And it's going to be important that there are validators throughout the marketplace who explain why this is so important to this country and the opportunities that will be available to U.S. companies as a result of that free trade agreement. And I think it's really, we use that as a good example of really what the president's strategy has been, because he wanted to make sure it was a good agreement, not just for U.S. companies, but for workers as well. And it's the first time in a long time, if ever, we've had a union stand up and support a free trade agreement. So to have not just Ford Motor Company, but the UAW say, yes, we think this is going to be good for our workers as well as for the businesses, sends a very positive signal. But we have to get it approved through Congress. And I think if we get that approved and we follow with Colombia and Panama, we'll begin to see some momentum in the free trade agreement, and that will create very real jobs back home.